Hey guys, welcome to Love, Life, and Politics, where I talk about love, life, and mostly politics. Per usual, links in the description below to all the people that I follow and try to keep my ears to, as well as my subscribe star if you want to help this channel grow. Without further ado, let's talk about what's going on this week. Three major things have happened in the past week. RBG passing away, report dropping essentially some bombs on Hunter Biden, and Trump supporter killing himself after the government fails him. Those are major three. Now let's talk about it. First major thing that has happened is Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. I think this was Friday night, and the world has blown up for it. Essentially, she passed, and apparently her dying wish was that a new Supreme Court justice would not be appointed until a new president was in office. And now the Democrats are trying to use that as a tool to try to make Trump look bad, or justify them trying to prevent Trump from nominating and getting started with getting a Supreme Court nominee in there before the election. And yeah, I understand that's what they really want to do. They don't like that he's winning so much. And I mean, I know that she's apparently done so many things. I am not aware of her history, to be honest. I'm sure probably women's right type stuff. I mean, guess it's not so big that I remember her name specifically for it. But he's going to appoint somebody, and they don't want it to happen. And I not respect how they're going about it. I don't really like, but I mean, you don't want your opposing party to get another Supreme Court pick in there, because you can't shape the future for another 20 years like you've been doing. And Ben Shapiro said this the best. They've been trying to essentially legislate from the high court. There's supposed to be a separation. So they've been essentially, the Supreme Court has been a tool for the left to legislate instead of legislating separately in the Supreme Court, interpreting the Constitution and seeing if major court decisions and whatnot stay in lockstep with the Constitution. That's what their job is. And for the past couple of years, for many years now, we've had a left-leaning Supreme Court, which has made decisions that I don't agree with and I don't think are constitutional. So they really wanted this to happen, but man, he got two so far, and he's got a third one sitting on his lap. And honestly, I've got to blame the lady that passed. She was diagnosed with, I think, colon cancer. Was it colon cancer? No, it was some other kind of cancer. That was Bozeman. But she could have stepped down during Obama's term, but I guess she was just super confident that the other lady that was running, you know the lady, was going to win, but she didn't. And it changed instantly. Two people already had to go, so they were filled. And she essentially has been staying and trying to stay on the lifeline so that Trump does not pick somebody to replace her. But God said, you got to go. And now, because of that decision, Trump is going to get a third pick. And people who, even Mitt Romney, saying, yo, if they fit the bill, I'm voting for them. And that is amazing. We will have pro Second Amendment Supreme Court. We will now be able to comfortably say, okay, great. We've got people that if things about guns go to the Supreme Court, I'm not worried that dumb decisions are going to be made, because we have constitutionalists. And guess what? The Constitution is very big on the Second Amendment, which is phenomenal. And other dumb decisions that probably would lead us closer to socialism will probably also be struck down. And that is an amazing thing. People essentially started crying. I think there was some protest out there after she passed. It's getting serious, and this is going to be a very major campaign issue. But I mean, of course, regards to her family, and I pray that it doesn't cause too much ruckus, so to speak. Next thing to happen is a report shedding light on Joe Biden's son. So what they have found is that Hunter Biden was getting money from, let me say this right. So the wife of a Russian oligarch paid him millies, and he used that money for prostitution of women that have been sold into sex slavery. And not to mention that the administration was open and aware that this was not a good thing and it was a major conflict of interest. So that came out, and essentially that's what they've had to deal with now. They've had to deal with, actually, hold up. They're not dealing with it, because the only people who are reporting on this at all are the left, not the conservatives and the libertarians and the people that are in the middle. It's so blatantly obvious how biased the media is. I guarantee you, if one of the Trump kids were to be in this type of situation, we would not hear the end of it until not only the election, but after the election. Even if they win, they'd just keep on talking about it to try to rub people in the face, essentially. Rub their faces in. I gotta get my analogies correct. So that happened. To be honest, that's really all I can report, because nothing's coming of this because nobody's actually reporting it. And I'm sure Trump is probably going to use this when the campaign comes up, and I'm sure they'll probably have some political ads on that, but clearly the other side is not going to do their job to at least try to report on it. And third thing, actually there's a bonus at the end, something I kind of want to talk about. A Trump supporter has killed himself because the government failed him. So a man who his father was attacked, and he went out to defend his father. People tried to jump him. He shot a warning shot. Those people left. Another person jumped on him, started beating on him, and was about to choke and kill him, and he shot them in the neck. Okay, keep in mind, he's already sent out a warning shot. The video is out there. This man acted in clear self-defense. You can't say somebody's shooting a warning shot, the people that are on him get off, he tries to get up, get away, somebody else jumps on him, starts choking him, he shoots them, and you guys are going to try to throw the book at him. He killed himself because what was going to be laid on him was something that he couldn't bear. His business shut down. His entire livelihood was taken from him because the media smeared him and essentially used the force of their influence to ruin this man's life, even though he acted in self-defense. We're seeing more and more that people are siding with the criminals and not siding with the law-abiding citizens who are doing their God-given right, what is in their God-given right, to protect themselves. And in this case, not only himself, but his family and his business. And it's a very, very sad story, and I really do hope that there's some kind of GoFundMe going out there for his family and his organization. I would like for his business to somehow come back, get back on his feet, so his legacy still continues and thrives, because that is absolutely sad. And if this continues, there's no telling where it's gonna go, because what's gonna happen is people are gonna start waking up to this. They're gonna see, wait, so every single time we've seen somebody defend themselves, clear cut, you guys have thrown the book at them, even changed your mind after the mob. It's the mob. You guys are freaking pathetic and weak when you let the mob control you. You made a decision. Hey, yeah, this is very clearly self-defense. And because of pressure from people who don't respect you and clearly don't respect the law and will simply side with someone based only and solely on the color of their skin, you will overturn it for the person who was law-abiding, setting a bad message. And I guarantee you, things are going to get worse if you continue to side with the people who are breaking the law. Guarantee you it's going to get worse. Because guess what? People don't like criminals getting getting this special treatment, while those who are following the laws and doing what they're supposed to do are getting shafted. I pray for this man's soul. I don't know what God's full rule is. Okay? Once saved, always saved is kind of sort of what I'm leaning towards. But I don't know the man's story. I pray that whatever it is, he ends up in a better place. That's what I hope for. And I pray that everybody else is praying for the same for him. And that, it's too late now, but hopefully that's where he's going. And I pray for his family. Third. A bonus. Breonna Taylor, the verdict was dropped, and they're not pressing charges on the men that were involved, except for one who I guess shot recklessly, so he's being charged for like reckless endangerment. And the riots have already begun. 2 cops were shot as of Wednesday night. Yes, as of Wednesday night, 2 cops were shot, and apparently riots have been breaking out. I've seen some videos. They don't look good, and it's not even the weekend, so brace for it. I'll probably talk more about this at a later date, but that happened, and people who have been brainwashed and don't know the full story are going out there and causing a ruckus and putting their lives in jeopardy, because guess what? Trump is not playing. Every single one of you who are out there, not maybe every, I'm sure people are going to get through the cracks, but you might be that person that gets caught. And trust me, the same way you guys stole the book at the man who was doing what he was supposed to and defending himself, I'm guaranteeing they're going to throw the book at you, the person who is out there destroying property and killing people. Anyways, that's the 3+1 major things that have happened this week. And thank you for getting through to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, donate to Subscribe Star, do whatever you can. I want this channel to grow and eventually reach a point where I can have actual conversations with other individuals, because that is the more stimulating and fulfilling thing to do. Anyways, y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe.